were pressured here. Made in Brazil had a fantastic opener. They go up 2-1, but Space Station, the mental fortitude, which is not what I expected out of them, they came back and won 3 in a row.
See, I'm glad that, they're able to get through and win those, but again, just looking at the rest of this bracket, knowing that they play Vitality later today, you are still seeing things that SSG need to kind of clean up in their play. Yes, they are able to squeak out a win here in this series, but communication issues are starting to arise on the team. You cannot have that, especially, we just saw those top plays where Vitality, if you give them a little bit of space, if there's any lapse in judgment, they get the solos, that's going to be something that you have to look at later on today. But in terms of this matchup, they were able to get the job done. They're all super solid individually.
SSG moving forward, they do have that match with Vitality when we will be closing out the day with that one there. The loser of that goes home in Paris. That is a lower bracket matchup. But then we had NRG versus Furia yesterday. Everybody, and pretty much everybody other than Jorby, thought that NRG was going to win this one here. Furia with the upset, returning to old Furia form.
And here's the thing, when you're an underdog and the favorite is playing down, you have to finish. You have to capitalize, and that is what Furia did. Lost. He's sitting at 85% goal participation, #1 in the tournament. He's doing everything for this team on the offensive side, but he got help in this series. Yan looked fantastic, but like the old days, but energy, too many mistakes late, really cost him.
Too many mistakes. There's 3 stages, 3 phases of the game in my estimation. Offense, defense, and kickoffs. Furia won in the kickoffs. They also won in the defensive end as well. NRG had a lot of pressure at times. Furia didn't allow them to score. And then honestly, NRG would start overcommitting. Beast mode get caught out. Even Daniel got caught out. Yeah. And at that point, that's when Lost struck. He just attacked like a snake. Too quick. Furia, they earned that win.
They are through, and they're going to be playing the winner of the next match we're going to talk about here. Twisted Minds versus Foot Esports. We thought this one went the way we expected it to go, and we were excited to see how Foot played at the beginning, but ultimately Twisted Minds locked it down.
So you have to love Foot, right? They really compete against these top teams, but it eventually just broke down. Twisted Minds' offense was just too clinical, and they just started to run away with this match after basically game 3.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat from Chronic too before he got kicked from his last team. Last event, he lost to
that guy TRK plays like this.
And Twisted Minds. This time, it's the same thing. This
like
he
holds his controller and he's like this.
What Foot in these series that
instead of being like,
I think for them,
I don't know,
he's
fucking crooked.
He had some unfortunate mistakes, and I think it's going to be a big learning lesson from Cheese. But at the same time, Twisted Minds just looked so good. Monkey Moon looked amazing, especially in that closeout game.
He's so intimidated, and he knows he got into their head with that own goal. Monkey Moon owns North America pretty much every time they play. So Monkey Moon, well done by him. He's back in his top form.
We told him the World Championship's going back to Dickies, and it just feels like he's just leveled up. It doesn't lose the energy he's been missing, folks. It's dangerous. We'll see Twisted Minds play Furia later today. But the final match yesterday, Vitality taking on the Ninjas in Pajamas, and you saw so much of it, Bates, in the highlight reel because it was so one-sided, an absolute beatdown from Vitality.
Yeah, Vitality, man. They had that great doozy of a series against Foot where they got pushed to the brink. It took everything out of Zen, everything out of Stizzy, everything out of Exotic to get over FUT. And then once they come in today, so it was a straight momentum. NIP got swept, and it got swept again. The Vitality in particular, they're just doing everything. Exotic's not really doing too much, averaging only about 270, gets his points, but then Stizzy has elevated, and Zen is just doing what Zen does.
Exactly. You see Zen's his performance leveling up, but then when you get Exotic looking comfortable and Stizzy as well, just being able to make plays happen offensively, this is where Vitality looked the most dangerous. It can't be the Zen show, and it's not. And we're seeing what this threat looks like. It's why they got so far in Boston. It's why they've been dominating in Europe leading up to this event. But for NIP, this was definitely not the performance they were looking at. There's a lot they need to figure out. I think Dory said it was the most embarrassing loss that he's had at an event, and he's going to want to fix that going into the World Championship.
It was, watching that 4th game there, we saw Stizzy's goal at #2. I remember when that goal happened live and watching him go up for it and being like, oh, I am already so confident this is going to be going in because they've been that dominant. I'm not, there's just no, they're in free play in this mode.
Oh, they were.
But they're going to have to
wonder if Orbis's wife knows that.
Because it's not going to be the same situation.
He likes a bald, bearded man. I wonder.
Folks, in the shop right now, there's also the Ratatouille bundle. You can get a nice goal explosion, says anyone can cook. Well, we'll let them cook out here. This is for the biggest upset of the day. NRG up by 3 with 1:20 left to go in game 4. You'd think this game would be over, DeMar. You'd be wrong.
right, because the way you look, you see a team like NRG there.
Well, I love them. This NRG versus the game.
Rest of the day, he'll be there for most of the day hanging out. But man,
I'm pumped.
swept their team, so they've had the fewest opportunities
And
to
also,
have overtimes.
they're the #1 team defense, and we only count it by game. We don't count it by time, so the mates are just lights out on defense right
And
now.
then another thing, Carbon Core, like you said, the most aggressive team in this tournament with 7.83 demos a game.
Again, that's Atto.
You would think that that might have an effect on Gentlemates, but Gentlemates played the second highest team at SSG with 6.06. They're used to it. They don't get demoed as much. I believe Vati and Archie are literally the most demo players, but they're right neck and neck with each other. It's going to be a battle here.
It's a true heavyweight fight here, and this is why we opened the day with this. Both these teams, though, they still have 2 lives in this tournament. They are not done just yet. Whoever wins this, and these teams, both of them, they're rivals. They want to win this one here. They will enter the top 4 stage.
Oh man, chat, who do you think is gonna win? Let us know in the progressive
KC.
vote.
KC.
Picks up here on the desk as well. An exciting one, gentlemen. As much of a 50-50 back and forth, I could see it going either way type of match as we've had the entire tournament. DeMar, who you got?
I mean, when you look at this one, you can see Karma Corp starting to elevate. They've taken down Vitality, and they've looked really strong. I can see why they would be kind of, I don't want to say favored here, but Gentlemates, the way they've been playing, I have to back them in this matchup. I'm going mates. I think the
Group stage continues that.
Break it down, come us down there.
They've been
NRG gonna
just look around. You're not just up against the other guys across the way. No, sir. You're up against all of this. Two walls, only one.
In Europe, they are the 8th time of meeting this season. Carmine Corp and Gentlemates, the highly anticipated.
Yo, the light show's insane.
teams in our competition. I'm Stumpy, he is Cole, and so far, historically, Gentlemates normally come out on top. They do throughout the season.
The whole
As you say,
scene
Stumpy,
is
they're up
insane.
against
It's
each other
crazy.
Time after time after time, 8-3 in favor of Gentlemates in all competitions. But this is a little bit different. This is when things change, and what's come before means nothing. Both of these teams have fought hard to be here and have looked almost perfect in their groups. Gentlemates especially. They've had the strongest first stage ever since we look back towards the fall major in 21-22.
Okay, so it is Gentlemates. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be a good game.
Gentlemates have matched that now. They've won every overtime. They've not lost a game. They've truly been a force to be reckoned with, and they have got thousands of fans here in the La Défense Arena, very much vying for yet another victory. Carmine Corp, though, looking like the KC of old, absolutely terrifying over in Group A. Defeating Team Vitality, probably their best performance, and surviving a Game 5 overtime as well against Foot Esports. So they've done everything needed of them so far, but a man who can conjure up plenty of magic in these majors and these LAN events is Nass. He was taken to the ceiling a second ago. He has another chance here. Could open the scoring. It's early Gentlemates pressure. A quick counter-attack from Matera. Bounces central. Next man to it is Juicy. And speed is going to be of the essence. It's going to be a ceiling pitch. Matera's back in time, but goodness gracious me, oh my. You're looking to see that ball ricochet around like a ping pong out of hell. Atto's coming forward onto the back wall. Archie should be able to save that one and sweep up for the Gentlemates. Such a safe player as Archie, but I've cursed him because he's missed that one on the backboard. And suddenly, Gentlemates looking a little bit stranded. I don't think Oski has any boost. Nass falls from the sky, gets something of a dump, but it only goes above Oski. And Oski, what a performance from him it's been so far at this major. He's been #1 so far for Gentlemates. He's been leading the offense. That spearhead that Nass took the mantle of at the Boston Major. Is he going to be the key to their success? This is going to be one of many rounds on that journey. They would be happy, I think, to be facing off against KC, if not just for their record, but for the atmosphere it has garnered. A free jump from Oski, a reset, instantly shut down by Atto. On target, easy save of Matera, now it's going to be a brief 2v1. Yeah, the mechanical hide that we've seen from so many teams. Wait a minute, is that just it? Yes, it is! Juicy sees an opening, and he will seize the day. The card play has been DM'd. Straight middle of the net, Nass has to watch it go in. An extra cheers as they get first blood. Yeah, not one that will go in his montage, but it's not going to matter. Opportunistic there from Juicy. Man who is
beginning to hold his own more and more for Carmichael. Matto is coming back into form himself. And Juicy, the player we were just mentioning, is scoring that goal, gets it back to the backboard. So it is KC that take first blood, pretty much out of nowhere. Gentlemates, half a game still to come back into it.
Atto, straight to the ceiling, can now get a bump or a touchdown. Instead, Juicy calls him off against the double tap, shoots it wide, unfortunate for him. Nasta skim central, Oski next to it, ceiling is found, but not quite enough boost to get to it again. We're going to need to make sure from mates that with half of this game yet to play, they stay a little bit more firm than that. Brief taking their eye off the ball, but has led them to bleed.
Archer's in front of the ball here. He's trying to get some bumps and swipes. We know that KC are one of the most aggressive teams. Actually, are the most aggressive team in this tournament, demo-wise.
Forgot my coffee.
More on average, more than the team in second, SSG, so I expect to sell the pitch too often when they're around. And that sets it high. So far, we haven't seen too much in the way of the demo game from Carmine Corp. Something else they can feed into their wonderful game. But here comes Archer to the ceiling, hard block though.
As you say that, Juicy removes Oski, who is now immediately straight back into play. And you're right, they are too clear of SSG across the entire season. Not just here in Paris, they are incredibly aggressive. Juicy
Oh!
play in, but the sensor does not call it goal.
Juicy looking most likely though for Carmine Corp so far, which is music to the ears of the blue wall. If he is playing well, there's no reason KC can't go all the way. This one falls to Atto, tries to bundle it underneath the onrushing Gentlemates defender. That was brave defending there from Gentlemates. A scary one when you're the third man. As Nash pushes it forward, almost a going. Archie pushes it forwards again. Juicy gets it high, but Tira's the next one in.
Has to be quick defense there. All three of them feeling a little bit stranded. The Carmine Corp do recover it nicely. Final minute, Vatira reset onto the second. To the back.
Oh my god!
The pace of play there from Vatira. Suddenly he's in.
He
Atto
thinks-
continues it. Bundles it past Archie. Juicy shoots wide on purpose this time. Wanted to follow up with Vatira, but Vatira said no with 40 seconds left. It might backfire because in come Gentlemates. Now it's Atto's turn to the ceiling. Oh, it's the ceiling to shot, but it's just in comes Juicy as well.
With 30 remaining, Oski has to get this down the pitch. Archie's next to it. A double tap on the
I need the coffee.
does! Get him a double tap, a great finish! Oski was there to help if needed, but he was not! And this one isn't over yet!
The single spearhead of Gentlemates moves to take the shape of a trident. 20 seconds remaining. Oski tips to the ceiling, straight down. Goes Nas bound, but Ademo is going to be leaving the Gentlemates on defense a little bit wary. Going to be awkward. Final 10.
It was never going to be easy for Carmine Corp against Gentlemates. Not on land, not in their home. Archie to the ceiling. Juicy pushed that out wide. Oski reads that one well against Patira. Tapped into the center though. Oski sends it to the floor. And who would have thought?
So far in this competition, Gentlemates yet to lose an overtime. Will it be happening here? A reset from Matira again that opened up previously. Juicy, you were saying he has been identified as that man. Matira normally their guy, and it's a demo. They're starting to open up that little bit more. Atto has been leading the demos, but any of Carmine Corp can strike like a viper when they have the opportunity.
Two teams right now at the absolute peak of their powers. No slow start into this series. We're starting off with fire. Oski to the ceiling. Archie's there, has no boost, can't pre-jump, has to wait for the dunk. It's a brilliant dunk there from Oski. Then he misses the boost, gets it in the end, but that'll slow down Gentlemates coming back. Matira now, he's forward. Archie does get back, gets it to his teammate.
Good 50 from Oski, beats one. Now chance for a flick. It's the numbers of 360 and Juicy. He somehow reads it and avoids the man at the same time. The aggression coming through from Gentlemates. That was a clear-cut opportunity.
Archie, he goes high. Oski sends it back as far as he can. Good defending again from Gentlemates, but Casey are going to keep on coming. Matira, perfect first touch as ever. Gets the second, is going to fall straight down as he had a teammate there helping him. It's a pass there into the middle. Oski!
Smashes the target with an assist from Juicy. Oski does not see it coming. The wool is over his eyes, and Casey takes first blood.
Yeah, Oski had to commit. He half went, he half turned, he half went back. He didn't really do either of them. And Atto, now he's finding his form. Now he's finding his footing again for Carmine Corp. He made no mistake and was able to slot that one in. So for all the mechanical brilliance we saw hinted at from Carmine Corp, it was two pretty basic shots that were the undoing of Gentlemates there.
Yeah, I think it's when you see just kind of what goes on at any given point, when you see what leads up to a goal, that's what really makes them. But both of these, you know, aside from Archie's gorgeous double tap, it was a bit of an error, I think, from Juicy, the final defender, that let him in for it. In Carmine Corp, they just take the opportunity, they sit in wait. It's a lovely shot from Atto, though. He absolutely slaps it bottom corner. And you see what it means to players, to the coach. They've got their own fans here, Carmine Corp. They are outnumbered by the mates, however.
Yeah, quite considerably at the moment. Gentlemates certainly have the ruling of this wonderful arena. And not sure how much you guys can hear at home, but there will be times we can barely hear each other. So you'll have to bear with us. And hopefully it's the same, because the atmosphere that both teams are providing, and Vitality's come as well later on.
You know, it's
so much.
It's like a literal soccer game.
In that first electric game, it's going to be the first of many. Whoever loses this, it's not like yesterday, it's not like the lower rounds that we'll be seeing a little bit later on. Whoever loses is going to be staying in the competition. It is absolutely fine for any of the fans waiting. They just head into the lowers, and the winner straight through.
It's crazy. It must be insane there.
The next 5 minutes to kick down on a map that seems to be suiting Gentlemates, bathed in a gorgeous pink.
That's very true. See if KC can get another one and then shoot. Oh! Off the rip! 11 seconds in! Every player involved. Oski sends one to the scrapyard, and Matira just thinks, I'm just going to bang it, fella. Archie's awkward, can't get too much on it. And that is a real statement of intent from KC. The goal from the demo as well. Gentlemates will be thinking, darn, we trained for this, we practiced for this. Here comes Archie from the next kickoff. Can't quite get it on target. That's underneath this one. Oski waits for Atto. Waits bravely, the former teammates, the old Liquid boys. Juicy gets the flick reset up against Archie. That one's onto the back wall. And that should be able to see this one. But lovely change of pace there from Carmine Corp. Absolutely fakes Gentlemates out, makes them waste some boost.
Yeah, very low boost overall. They had about 90 or so between the three of them. As Carmine Corp were on near enough.
What a demo.
Can KC really make sure that they attack when Gentlemates are feeling low, but they've not got that much boost? They can't get out their own half. Juicy again, getting a boost still, getting a buff, a reset, not quite round one, and Oski and Nas can now continue into the blue half.
Nas is gonna take control of this one. Gentlemates really have to get something on this series. You lose that overtime, they lose their first game of the tournament, by the way. Too used to that experience. Let's see how they're able to deal with it. Oski is tackled by Juicy. So pacey right now, Juicy. Continues to look like Casey's best player at the moment. Certainly they're most likely to score. Zato comes from the ceiling, but can't quite get there.
Yeah, I think Juicy so far in this game has been that guy. But Vatira, the spearhead of Carmine Corp, #1 in goals in the tournament, #2 in shots. And across the board, the most aggressive team, incredibly hard to play. Everyone's looking a little bit more balanced, but Oski versus Vatira is absolutely the storyline here.
Atto is grateful for the easy touch there, clears it as far as he can, but a lovely catch there from Oski, almost over the top of Juicy again. Pushes that one. So Gentlemates slowly but surely have been approaching the KC goal, and there's the shot. They were waiting for that moment that Atto was waiting to.
Nasso, very choreographed. He fell from the ceiling. He has no boost. You know where he's going to be shooting it. Is this going to be a little bit more different? But Terror up for the double! And nearly puts Gentlemates rather out for the count.
Yeah, we'll keep on going though. Atto.
Oh my God.
Juicy's coming in. Up against Nas. KC not rushing things. Their balance has been perfect so far in this game. Juicy high. Who's to his right? Atto's trying to clear a path yet again. Every time Atto rotates out, he's going for bumps, and Devo's nearly there for the Vatira once more. But Oski can fling, and Oski can buy them some seconds.
And the war of attrition is absolutely being won by Carmine Corp right now. The boost is incredibly in their favor. Nas has to make something work here. He's completely unable to, and it's no boost again for the mates.
Archie maybe a snapshot on offer. Not this time, they're both so deep, not rushing things. Bear in mind, they still have 2 minutes left. It feels this game's been going on forever as Nas circles underneath Atto. Great play from him. 50-50 goes high. Oski with the next one to meet. Anyone to his right? No one really. These passes from Gentlemates aren't quite finding each other. That's because Carmine Corp are clearing so much space against them.
Tick down to the final 2 minutes, and this is where Gentlemates, they came into their own previously. Carmine Corp have the early series lead, rather early game lead. Oski onto the double with a musty from the ceiling. Archie waits and lurks, steals away that boost, and he has to take it from Carmine Corp, but by doing that, he then takes it also away from Nas. A demo is going to open out, another demo. It's pretty open. The only man waiting is Nas, and he does keep it to just the one goal and then returns the favor.
Yeah, Gentlemates get one back, and I think for that shot, Atto didn't really realize where the goalkeeper was because of all the smoke, so undone by their own attack. Oh, brilliant. What a touch from Vatira. He goes for the flick, but Archie is there. Excellent effort.
He didn't connect quite as much as he wanted. More of a scoop needed in the midfield with a reset. Nas falls down to Oski.
Yo, they're not giving them anything.
And so much faster in the air.
Yeah, they are. They're winning everything. Winning it cleanly as well. Vatira watches that one go around the corner. Juicy a chance to shoot. Archie saves again. Only as far as Atto. Surely are looking at 2-0 lead in the face.
Gentlemates throughout this entire game have had no field presence in the blue half. It has been entirely on Carmine Corp. A brilliant war of attrition. They have shut down all passage through for the mates. And the blue wall are coming out on top in the second.
Yeah, Gentlemates had that one chance, really. It was Oski, I think, who went for the musty as soon as that was blocked. And since that's been blocked, they've barely had a response to KC. You expect if Gentlemates, certainly if they can't score, a tactical timeout will be incoming. But what a lead this is for KC. Put themselves even further in this tournament. Truly make a statement for themselves, make a statement for their fans. Oski thinks about going for him, but KC are defending too well, they're too fast, winning every loose ball.
Final 20 with Atto committing into that orange half yet again, making a home there. Home base has been established. As Gentlemates, it's going to be a big vacation for them if they ever get into the blue side. The final 10 goal, I just don't see Gentlemates having too much. As Vatira comes in for the third, slapped away by Oski. But unless a miracle happens at the Temple, Carmine Corp, the second game, go 2-0 in the highly anticipated coming together of these two sides.
On the eye test, they're winning. Boost-wise, they're winning. And goal-wise, of course, they're very much winning as well. And you can see why Archie is feeling pensive. Definitely want to lean back and consider. Because right now, all the cards are showing up for Carmine Corp.
And incredibly, we were talking about the boost and how often Gentamates were sat at low. Oski was on no boost for 1 minute and 11 seconds in that game. The next highest to him is Archie at 36 seconds. And for example, Juicy had no boost for only 17 seconds in that game. Oski was shut down, and you can tell that game plan from Karmine Corp is coming out and working in droves.
Somebody had his metronome out. He was counting them himself. So can't confirm. But yeah, no, I mean, that just goes to show how dominant Karmine Corp were in that game. And Gentamates haven't been used to this. They haven't been used to this online, where they've had the better record against Karmine Corp. And they certainly haven't been used to this since arriving here in Paris. And now in their tactical timeout, which they've called, they're going to have to seriously take a few steps back and see what's going wrong. It's definitely time for plan B, as far as Gentamates are concerned.
I mean, Gentamates know how to beat Karmine Corp, right? In their last 3 meetings, Gentamates have beat them all 3 times. They have absolutely got Karmine Corp's number, but it is not showing right now. Is it because they can see the Karmine Corp flags waving in their peripheral, and the Gentamates fans are behind them? But then equally...
Have they ever played on the LAN, Gentlemates?
About, what, 80 flags? Yes, 80 flags, still dancing fans.
Scarves, pink and black jerseys, lights around the La Défense Arena. It is like watching Starry Night unfold in front of our very eyes. But for one of these teams, it's a nightmare, and the other a dream.
Yeah, I mean, Karmine Corp, their fans, I was going to say, Gentamates fans are doing well not to have the win taken out of their sails too much, because it's been a real struggle for their team so far. You lose 1 overtime, and suddenly the momentum just zapped away from you. But Gentamates have dug deep before. You know, when they won in Boston, it wasn't easy for them, of course, it never is when you win a major. And they had championship performances. They had Nas step up and become, without doubt, on that day, the best player in the world.
Yeah, the best player we've ever seen in a grand final. Every accolade.
We haven't seen that from Nas so far this event. Oski's been the sort of leading man for them, so maybe it's get Nas the ball. We need a masterclass, a Nasterclass.
So far, it's been a Dinasterclass. For these next 5 minutes, have the mates been able to rethink their game? Will they be able to work out of the clutches of Karmine Corp? It's early pressure, and they're hoping it leads to an even earlier goal.
50-50 there. Vatira, though, he was equal to it. And once again, Karmine Corp, when Gentamates come forwards, they are there at every turn, positioning perfectly. Decision-making ideal. The edgeable bump there. The correct idea from Vatira. He gets the dunk on the floor again and steals some boost. Doing so much and so little pressure. Atto almost gets that one on target. Vatira, a 60 boost in the tank to get this one high. Once again, Gentamates have a little bit of pressure, but as soon as they lose the ball, as soon as KC come forward, they look so dangerous.
It's a demo from Atto. I'm going to be saying that, may as well record it and then play it back every time it happens, or my voice will go dead at how often it happens. But Oski, in a 1v1 burst, Juicy, who will be the benefactor. He nearly leads Juicy with that final air roll touch. Isn't able to. Nas can beat one to the ground against Atto. Pops central, but Oski slightly mispositioned. Can't get the immediate attack on the ball that he would have preferred.
So, sweeps up in the back here.
Oh.
Karmine Corp having conceded against Gentamates for a good few minutes now, but this is a chance here onto the crossbar. Oski out wide, nearly there again for Karmine Corp. Gentamates surviving. Juicy with the catch. What can he do with this one? Pushing it forward! It's so quick!
Vatira, the sniper, immediately behind Oski, who pre-jumps. Jesse makes contact. But it will not be enough. Another goal to add to the #1 scorer in our competition.
It's looking very much like this is going to be Karmine Corp's day yet again. Gentamates have to find a way to dig this one out. Here is Nas. He may well be that way, but Juicy isn't letting him every time. Gentamates think they have time on the ball. A crazy player in their face. This could be up. Juicy. Oh!
Retaliation. A mortar sent from the trenches of the mates.
I mean,
lands finally on Karmine Corp's infrastructure. Juicy was removed.
last night was not a good night. Let's just say that.
To level pegging, 3:20 to count down.
Karmine Corp will know though they
Let's hope today will be a better day.
need to make sure they take this thing out of Gentamates' tempo.
You know what I was asking earlier? I was asking if I wonder if Orbis' wife knows she likes bald bearded men.
Back-to-back goals, and their kickoff shots have been incredible throughout the season
Wonder.
so far. What do we see on the single diagonal? It's going to be a fake into the back corner. Nas now has 100 with Juicy with nothing, and so he can now work forward with the ball. There's mid booster taken 2. Archie gets Atto. Nas gets a reset. The next man can shoot. Goes up the corner. Saved by Matty.
But now it's all the pressure for Gentlemates. Nas would have had that one. There was a last second save there from KC.
I wonder if Wifey knows you like bald, bearded men
Nas wants to seal this boost. I think that Oski got it anyway.
with deep voices. Oh yeah.
Shake off a biting attempt there from
I know you like hearing me moan once in a while.
So Carmichael, after the tactical timeout, you took the lead. Now you have lost it. What can Atto do about that? Matera's underneath him. I think the edge of a bump is on Matera with the double. Oski read it all.
Don't lie to yourself.
Gentlemates are beginning to read what Casey are offering an attack.
Matera pops it high in his own half. Nas is immediately to it. The early shutdowns coming through for Gentlemates. They were not happening earlier. Good attempt at a double fake from Juicy. A demo again at the back.
I ain't ashamed. I never said you were. I said I only asked. I wonder if she knows. That's all I said. I never said you were ashamed.
That's unacceptable from KC. Oski should be hitting that one cleanly. And look at
I hope you're not ashamed.
that would have been a goal. Barring that
That would be awkward.
Oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda. That needed to find his way in. It was a loose, poor shot, quite frankly. An attempted heat check goes low to Atto. Can get boost and ball. Takes some space with it too. And then immediately into the man. But Nas dodges.
He knows, I'm sure.
Juicy. He beats him. Gonna get it on target. It's gonna be a pass instead.
I fucking
He
can't.
plays in front of the play yet again. That's been happening a couple of times.
Yeah, they just couldn't wrangle that one on target. It was a little bit wide. They couldn't get in front of the play. Could have been the killer goal there for Gentlemates. They're going to keep on coming. Bit between their teeth. Juicy blocks them for now. As far as Archie, Oski's already there on the side wall. All these Gentlemates passes now finding each other. Atto gets something on Oski.
Yeah, I was lazy this morning. I didn't want to do my beard completely, so I tied it up.
It's 3 for the Mates.
Made a little
With a bit of
ponytail.
physicality to go with it. The perfect side dish to what may be Gentlemates' first win in our upper round 1. And our timeout goal from Snasky clearly paying dividends.
Oh, yeah. Huge changes here from Gentlemates. In their belief, in their mentality, in their decisions as well. All their roles are completed. Boost spawned underneath Archie as well. It looked like he'd lost the ball, but instead he can wait for a second. Carmichael didn't expect
He
it.
stole the boost.
They seem...
They're doing it.
Gentlemates are offering them right now. This
They
is
might
the
win.
version of this matchup we've been seeing online throughout the season as Archie goes to the ceiling. Matera's there waiting. Great challenge there from Archie, but a big one there from Atto. Oski sends it high. Juicy was already waiting. 35 seconds left in Casey in need of 2.
Tap on from Atto, just wider target, but somewhat dangerous. With 30 seconds and 3 goals, can Oski make it 4? Nearly dunks it straight to the top corner. Lovely catch from Nas. Again, changing that pace of play, slowing it down. That's what Carmen called.
Yo,
Doing
I
extremely
swear,
well in
like,
games 1 and 2.
you don't see it on stream. No, you don't see none.
Central,
But like,
Atto, but Matera cannot get the ball there with the
that's
final
pretty much all over my body
down.
and my neck.
Game number 3.
On my left side, my neck.
Last. Falls in the laps
I
of
just realized we
Gentlemates.
don't see them on stream.
Here today. The blue wall have got a little bit of thinking. They've still got one more time out to take, Coco. But finally, the arena erupts in beautiful pink.
Yeah, you make a good point. The KC still have theirs, so if, as we all hope, this series does go to the late stages, if Champions Field beckons, Carmichael will be able to take a break before it starts. That's a little while away yet.
Tap on. And Lurk first to it. They were dusting them over and over again. It becomes a lot harder. Matera, he has to leave this ball. And Juicy with no boost has to then just give it straight back. Nas, attempted tap on. And lurking is Juicy. Where does Oski put this? Avoids his path and will only find Atto in the end.
Nas has no boost, but does have the ball. And thought for a second he'd be able to get that mid boost. Instead, it goes to a KC player. So how much will that beat Gentlemates back for this attack? He's able to get something going from it. Oski, who is looking just as good as he has been in previous days here at this Paris Major, which is a great sign for Gentlemates. Oski pushes it out wide yet again. Archie's just waiting, zipping about the pitch.
That's
at the moment,
why.
is Archie. Trying to get in the way of everything KC are offering, but that's be maybe a chance here for Matera. That's up against Atto. Out
Yo, I
wide,
swear if I'm
Matera
locked out of my
waiting.
Tarkov account for X amount of hours, I'll be pissed.
Again! takes him to his own corner. Oski dives in as third man, and it's at least 4 car lengths
There you go.
away from the ball. Vatira sees it, Vatira takes it.
Maybe it's something that Casey identified, you know, every now and then, Gentlemates, they overcommit. They think they're going to be back in time and they're not. Take the snapshot, don't be afraid to get that ball on target when the opportunity presents itself. This proved incredibly fruitful for the blue wall. Archie's going to send this one and get some boost as well, but Gentlemates chasing again.
It's a very important first goal as well for the momentum of the rest of this series. Gentlemates feel like they're starting to get back into it. It's another long shot, it's an opportunity. Nats does slap it away. Oski, what a lovely catch too. To the ceiling with a reset. We've seen what he can do at the backboard with a reset in the Boston Major. Didn't do it this time though. Nats wanted to get it central. Vatira removes Archie. That is a big attacking threat. Gone.
Yeah, I think the flick reset wasn't ideal there as Ato comes forward. Maybe a double tap from Oski could have been a little bit pacier. But we keep on going. Casey trying to double their lead. Nats gets the catch. Pass Juicy as well. He's absolutely punched that one forward. That's in all sorts of trouble. His speed for that to be perfect.
There's a dead guy here already.
GG.
What are you doing there?
Killed it. Killed one. Killed two. Think I got him? Dead. Not the one. busted.
I mean, that's not the flashiest moment, but one misstep there, and that's a really frustrating goal to concede. It still might be. Matera, the ball bounced over here. Oski's in, he can't get the hook that he wanted. Archie, who almost follows it up as well. That's nearly there again. Casey's a middle. Maybe this is the one. No, another block.
Sending so many shots near target, but KC managed with no boost to keep it away. This lead holding on by a shoestring.
That coffee's starting to make my stomach work.
Went end to end in the last game. Can he do so this time?
Wow.
Oh my god. What a play. What a pass.
And it is a banger straight into the heart of the net. The speed was integral and a leveling goal about halfway through game 4.
Naspot may well be loading. Here we go again. He's got the flip reset.
Surely
The
not.
same ingredients, maybe the same delivery nearly. The pass wasn't quite as good. The flip reset wasn't quite as clean, and KC got back faster this time.
They've seen that script now. They
Oh
know
my
what
god,
to
yeah.
avoid. Maybe
I gotta be right back.
Go ahead. Flip reset. Central again. These passes, so many
I gotta use the
teammates,
restroom.
but it's open. Yet what?
Gentle mace. You gotta stop doing this. It's tough to see in the seconds that we got. Could have been any of them that made that one slightly different decision than was expected, but I mean, you have to credit Carmine Corp. They are punishing them every time Gentle mates get a little bit carried away.
And they're playing so patiently, Casey. They might be low on boost at times, but they're just waiting for their moment to strike. A Viper in the pit. And they are baring their teeth precisely when they need to. Great fake from Oski. Save from Atto on Archie's attempt.
Juice is able to come away with this one until Oski takes him out. Minute and 20 seconds left. KC with the lead. Nas gets another flip reset. They're letting this happen way too often. I appreciate KC want to defend deep, but you have to charge down Nas faster.
But they're at least luring him to use his flip reset early. He has to use his reset to beat one. As a credit to KC for at least having a patient defense. And their offense is just as patient despite the team bump. Juicy bumps Atto straight back into the play.
Tell you what, mate, who am I to question extra? I'm there saying, oh, you need to challenge Nas faster. They defend deep, they wait on their backboard. Fast forward 10 seconds, they've got an easy infield pass by the bump. It's 3-1. This is the game plan.
And Atto, he attempts to retreat. Juicy grabs him by the scruff of the neck, throws him back in. Get back in there, mate. Batira wants an assist, fella.
Oh, that's funny. She sends it high. Atto should be able to get this block. Gentlemate's chasing once again, and we know that they can overcommit in these situations. Atto's going to try and punish them for it. Juicy's there waiting for Nas's touch. Every second they take is a victory right now for Carmine Corp. If they do see this one away, there will be 3 match points for the blue wall.
Terrifying. Gentlemates cannot let that happen. KC, do not let those match points go. They were 2-0 down against Foot in this competition. And yet they still came out and won it. They still got that reverse sweep. In the final 22 to get. RG attempting another double. A little bit too low so the defender can get to it. Nas, one touch into Bum. Batira, the second defender. RG takes his time! The bump was needed. The shot was on target. And now one to claw back.
Yeah, it was Oski nibbling away at Atto. Just when it seemed that Atto would be able to get there. Oski said no, right in his way. 13 seconds. Gentlemates, one of the best kickoff teams in this tournament. Archie, he's read the fake. Archie finishes! Somehow! That was going in. That's going to keep it going. And this region is not correct.
It's an interesting decision to go for the free jump. Oski has read that perfectly. At 0 to the ground. Batira attempts. He is unsuccessful. Nas to carry. Who's midfield forward? It's a musty straight line.
Oh dear, I respect the idea. I respect going for the musty there.
He needed it. Yeah, he was too low. He had to get the scoop. But that attempt from Archie right at the end, it was so well orchestrated, the kickoff. And Atto saved. Right place, right time, and the right man for the job.
Batira with a devilish performance in that one, 667 points. But it was overcommits from Gentlemates that was the story of the match until that final 15 seconds or so. Just when it seemed that KC had done enough. Gentlemates never know when they're beaten. They gave it a good go, but what a save that was at the end.
KC have got 3 attempts to win this out now. We'll be moving into game number 5. They are yet to use their tactical timeout. They've still got that locked in the chamber. And the Gentlemates fans, they are still waving their flags. They will still be confident. Snatsky is talking to the boys, keeping the vibes up, because they are so incredibly in this series. This is a different breed of Karmine Corp.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. They look locked and loaded and ready to go. So comfortable on this stage. We were saying earlier, are they aware of their fans behind them? Yes, they are. We know that Vatira in particular has got a fantastic relationship with the Blue Wall. If they do win, then the first place he'll be looking at. The first place, KC will be turning. But nearly being over the line and actually crawling over it are two very different things. KC have struggled in recent times. They've had deciding games where they've collapsed. They've had tournaments where they've gone out before Championship Sunday. It's not been their split, but that can change in a heartbeat. And it may well change under the Eiffel Tower.
Wow, that is an incredible little fake from Archie. Doesn't work out, but I love the idea from him. Despite how good that was, the defense is even better. 2v1 now. Archie attempts it, gets the double on target, not quite. And Oski ahead of the ball, doesn't quite read the post bounce.
He just couldn't turn in time. Another infield pass at the angle. Tira was already there, wins the 50-50 as well. Atom coming in. KC defending with their lives, taking the luck when it comes, and then almost taking the shots as they come.
Midfield catch, 2v1. Oski's done these before, beats one, takes it to the corner, boost steal, the immediate jump. That's great play from him, but no one...
Damn, KC won last game.
Tira is being nudged away there by Oski, but not much more than that, and he's got plenty of boost as well to maneuver himself in the air. Minute has been ripped away from us in this match. It's gone so fast. Rapid performance from all these teams. Archie there, Juicy to the side. Casey running pretty low on boost. Here's Archie.
The poacher sees his target. The pass was a
Let's go make that Bitcoin farm level 3.
91 kilometers per hour off the tip of his Fennec. You see what it means to the fans. And that feels like one of the first leads that Gentlemates have had in this entire series.
I believe it's the first time they've scored the first goal in a game. I might have forgotten one, but I wouldn't be too surprised if Casey had been starting these games very well indeed. But Gentlemates finally had what a catch that is from Oski. We've seen him hinting at these ones. Nearly perfect yet again, one of the masters. Unfortunately for him, it's already called a Zen.
Wait, what?
That, but he's getting better and better at them.
It's actually called a search.
Don't do that to me. Not here, not now. Everything's too beautiful to bring that word into the conversation. Asato doinks it to the side. There's a good one. Asato follows it up himself. As punches it forwards. Gentlemates looking to slow the game down, I think, for a second. Relatively comfortable moment, but they can't overcommit. I'm glad Archie was back.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought he wasn't.
I mean, that would have been a remarkable overcommit. All 3 of them in the front third. It's happened before. Oski to the ceiling. Wants to fake out the reset and straight back down and go. Just loses control of that ball.
Archie, he keeps on going. Makes away the flip reset, wants to get the dunk. I think for now, Gentlemates are just having to keep this ball here on the blue. This is what Casey did in the last game. Defended deep and then pushed forward at great speed. But they have to get the ball first. And right now, Gentlemates playing around them. Always there onto the loose balls, using every bit of boost, but using it well. Atto, he tees up Vatira. That bump could have helped a lot, but it was just about missed. So Vatira, instead of having a clear path towards the orange goal, is bumped out the way.
Gentlemates, they've held this lead for a little while now. Over a minute of them being the benefactors of that first goal. Rare in this series from the backboard. Juicy tries to go along with it onto the reset. This kid has already got too far, but no!
Oh, it's not.
What was that? Genius or madness?
Madness.
We may never know.
It's madness.
Could be genius.
Definitely madness.
Archie catches. Atto forward. Has he got a flip reset? I think he has.
There you go.
An unbelievable play. The fake out. The immediate dive in. The Michelin man. He loves it. He loves it.
I've never seen such plays.
The Michelin Man. No way. Oh!
Juicy has Nas in front of him. The defending from this series has been sublime. He gets there. He's going forward from Atto. Archie's up though.
Straight towards Nas on the reset. Ceiling is found. He is ceiling bound. Atto, corner now for him. Gentlemates are pushing. They know what these overtimes have done to them in this series.
KC may only one goal away from taking this series, from making the top four. That one's going to roll across their goal, but Archie's the only one there.
Opportunity, midfield, wants to commit, but Batira, he beats him. It's also a bump towards the goalie. He now has to sit back. It's awkward, it's tough for mates. They need to keep pushing. The final 60.
Lovely little zap dash there from Nas to keep the attack going, and he built the 100 as well. Archie prods it forward. Batira waiting for it. No boost left. They're all leaving nothing on this pitch. Atto up, Nas up there as well. Is any player able to get complete control of this ball?
It's going to be vital for whoever can secure this goal. It's going to be one demo, Juicy onto Oski. It then gets returned the favour. Two demos in favour of KC, then the immediate counter-attack.
Juicy forwards, but it's met in the air. This is what Gentlemates have been doing better the last couple of games. 50-50s in the skies. Archie is followed by Atto.
Patient.
Pitch it into the centre, but not quite worked.
Patient, but yeah, didn't quite work out how he expected. Nat Ceiling has that reset. Archie again, he's waiting, not diving on these. They don't want to overcommit. Nats can get on the end of this ball, maybe after this juicy touch. He leaves it. Batira gets the final defender. Bounces towards him. Last opportunity for both teams in regulation.
Down.
This could be heartbreak right now for Gentlemates. Atto's up. Batira's to his side. Oh, my God!
The spearhead of Carmine Corp wins it for the blue wall. It is cold on stage as they bring fire to Paris.
Wow.
My goodness, Batira, one of the reactions to a
Wow.
series of the century. He meant that. He knew the fans meant that. That is 1,000,000 bricks in the blue wall behind him, all coming out in one moment of passion.
Damn, Batira. Damn.
Everything from both of these teams was left on the pitch. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Series 1 of the day. My God, have we got a good esport.
It's our order, it's our starter. The train.
Good French.
Thank you.
Of course he learned the food one.
It looks like this. Man, I mean, they may well meet up again. I believe in the grand final is when they could next meet.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, you know, we might get another bite of this one.
Yo, Archie is looking at his screen like,
They won the last
and he wants to
3
cry.
meetings
Look at him,
between
he
these
wants
two
to cry.
teams. And Carmine Corp, on the biggest stage of all, were able to shut them down with a single game win. An incredible performance from KC, but a lot of words to be had.
A team that has consistently been improving throughout the whole entire season. People forget, Archie was nowhere to be found in the Copenhagen kickoff. SR was. They played Carmine Corp in the finals of that. And then also, even in open number 5 and open number 4, SR was balling out. And in open number 6 in NA, it took 7 games from NRG in a series where that was the closest I've ever seen those two teams. So look, Shot for Rebellion, they've come in. They have a great system behind with Coach Violent Panda coaching them up. And then Kofer especially has elevated his gameplay, letting FK roam.
He's the catalyst on this team. When he gets going, this team can be one of the best in the world. It really comes down to his play. He's got to get confident early in order to perform. But one player that has always been confident over the last 5 years of domination in North America, the best offensive player North America has had ever, First Killer right here leading the way.
And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of feeling a little monkey moves. Like, I know he doesn't have any world championships, but FK, one thing about him, dated all the way back to Sweden, he's not afraid of the Europeans, man. He usually handles it.
Oh, he's not afraid at all. He's stone cold and locked, and so is LJ. I mean, look at them, all three completely ready to go. I'm hoping we get the same level of performance out of them that we saw in Copenhagen, but we'll find out here.
But you see it on their little stat sheet there. The best LAN performance for both FK and LJ, second. For FK, second 2 times. And he feels it. He knows it. And there's a genuineness to FK's desire, his hunger to win this. And you can tell some people are willing to kind of rationalize their results, find ways to be like, oh yeah, this counts as what I want, right? He wins the all NA kickoff portion of the kickoff LAN. Yeah. And we say, does this count as a LAN? And he says, no, not even close. I have to do it on the major stage.
Yeah, it's one of those things. First Killer has always been a top 4 North American player, but the other 3 all team up against him, right? So he's always going to find these new players to try and bring him to that next level. Maybe it's finally time. And here's our matchup. Of course, it's Seiko versus First Killer.
They weren't sure whether to cheer or boo when you put them both on the screen at the same time.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know what to do. But 1.2 goals for Seiko. Of course, First Killer, he's padding those stats as well.
Yeah, you look at the head-to-head between these two, and as much as it might frustrate you guys, Seiko does outscore FK. For those of you watching at home, this is a battle of mental at this point. Yeah. FK is looking at his second place under Seiko. We're going to see if he can change it.
But then we always see First Killer goal participation. He's always in the top 5 of every tournament. The offense revolves around him. He needs to take this series on his own. He needs to win it.
Exactly. We're talking about the head-to-head Seiko, FK, but I'm really looking for more so LJ on SR especially. A lot of opportunities in their series. Been missing. He hasn't been as critical as clinical as he usually is. When FK gives him his space, when Kofor especially is setting up, kind of playing in a way more European style, just getting the 50s to put LJ in space, put him in opportunities to then create chances to score, he's got to be effective in those moments.
It comes down to the support, right?
Yes.
We know both those players are probably going to play very well here. It comes down to his teammates. How do they support them to make them get the win here? I think either side could absolutely win this. Both had great group stages, but let's see.
They both had great group stages for Shopify Rebellion. That included a 5-game win over Twisted Minds, a 3-game beatdown of Ninjas in Pajamas. But here's the thing about these Shopify Rebellion rosters, especially at First Killer rosters, they start off hot.
Yeah.
And then it slows down as the tournament goes on. Sometimes they make it all the way to the grand finals, and that's where they fall apart. The question is, with this being a 5-day tournament, are we on that downward curve, or is he writing a new chapter here in Paris?
It's going to be tough for Rebellion because they don't like team defenses. They don't like when a defense is very good because then they get frustrated and they try just a little bit too hard. First Killer has been known to try and do a little bit too much. Man City, they're going to play team defense the entire time
100%.
And wait for counterattacks. So it's up to First Killer to not just get too excited about it and try and score too early.
Chat, let us know who you think is going to win. Herc, who you got?
Listen, about 8 years ago, I started watching Rocket League in Europe. And in between those years, I saw Edgeby and Acro on the come up.
Okay.
I've been waiting to see them on this LAN. I've been seeing them be more consistent than most rookies usually do. I have Manchester City.
Okay, a completion of a story arc, and they've earned a pick here. I love it. Gibbs,
it's my boy.
It's your boy.
It's my boy, First Killer. It's my favorite player in all of Rocket League. I will be so incredibly happy and proud, but I'm not sure why, when he wins one finally. He will get one at some point. Maybe it's here. I'm going First Killer. I'm going Rebellion.
We got a Dave and we got a Goliath here, Bates. Who you think's winning?
I mean, obviously, come on now. We got North America versus Europe as well. And then I already went with the crowd one time, Kyrie. I picked your French people. Now I'm not going one. Give me the Americans. Give me the Shopify Rebellion. They're going to handle Man City right here. And you can boo all you want. Boo!
Tell him.
Yeah, just... You can give me.
Put them on up there too, buddy.
Give me
Come on, give me them.
Let's just put up the Shopify Rebellion. Let's get it over with. It's fine. All right. But how's the coin feel about it? This is what people really care about. The true opinion of the world hangs in the balance of chance, and it comes down for Shopify. And it's going to be Shopify Rebellion for the coin as well. Paris doesn't like it, but the truth hurts sometimes.
It does. It hurts.
I respect it.
How did they win, Hurt? Tell us. How did they win?
Wait, what? How did they win?
No.
Y'all don't even show up in this.
That's what she said.
I mean, hey, both teams have had a day to sit on the side. Who woke up and ate their breakfast and is ready to play here on Playoff Saturday? Let's get into it, folks. And we are in the thick of this contest right now. 2 squadrons, each with so much to prove, and yet here they are with a gleaming opportunity. It's first.
Forced into action right at the last for Man City. Big wide turn there. That allowed Seiko to at least get another ball towards the net. He didn't quite get anything behind it, though.
Right, but you see, though, Kofor getting that turn early. Just wants to force him off the ball. Edgeby's going to bring this one up, but Right now, Rebellion all back, all boosted. Two on the back wall. Kofor waiting under, but First Killer, you want to see him get activated, especially earlier on. It'll help Rebellion take control of the series, but you got to watch out for Seiko. He's been such a threat as he put one to the top corner.
How many goal line saves, even in the air, have we seen already today? And we're only into the first game of our second match. There is not much, despite the series score lines, that actually separates the teams that are playing in this half of the bracket. Here's Kofor. He's got support over there. LJ denied at the front.
Well, First Killer last back. Could have set up a potential counter, but Man City not able to really do too much. Infield pass, a little predictable. Rebellion in a great spot here, but they want to be able to try to break out right now. Acro has a free look, and he got it.
Well, they took this ball right into Seiko and paid the price dearly for it. Acro's just waiting like, he's not actually doing that, right? He's not actually just giving you this free win. Oh, he is? Fine, empty net.
Yeah, but at the same time, you see Rebellion all on that wall side, and First Killer knew he was a bit out of position. Can't make that same mistake again. Can he give him back one? He tries to. Oh, he does! First Killer with the equalizer right off the kickoff.
What an incredible solo effort. Dance around Seiko. Edgeby couldn't catch up to it. Didn't have the read coming off the wall. First Killer did everything he possibly could to tie the game.
So First Killer able to get that back big for Rebellion. First Killer able to break through the Man City defense. What you want to see, a little bit of hiccups in front of the net. That was a little awkward, but still saved out by LJ.
Well, they're being very physical. They're trying to overwhelm Shopify Rebellion, making them cover different options. The defense so far has been good enough. First Killer, one in on the near side. Rebellion in front.
Look at the way LJ and Kofor are creating space. Those demos are threats of bumps, opening up a little bit of room. Aggro almost had a fantastic recovery, but First Killer needed to be able to land that shot. These early strikes are so good for Rebellion to be able to get things in front.
Well, so far it is looking like the good offense is beating the good defense, but there is still 2 minutes to go. Maybe this is all that Rebellion will get out of it. See if the Man City attack comes to life. Had an open opportunity, but nobody there to follow it up. Now Seiko will try again. Try to slow play the same way that First Killer did a moment ago. Doesn't work out. Acro, he'll have a shot on. It's a little high and bounces away harmlessly.
They needed Acro to get that one. First Killer was under so much pressure between Edgeby and Seiko trying to get the demos on him that he wasn't going to be able to get the block on the shot. Will they be able to open up another opportunity? Rebellion get out of that one, and now they look like they're on the hunt for another one. Have to be careful because even though Man City get these threatening strikes, they do open themselves up the other way. Kofor almost got that through.
Acro had it well read the entire way. Edgeby there to meet First Killer. LJ to react. Flip reset, ceiling, backboard, but nothing else. Kofor's all alone on an island. He's got to hold fast and does just enough as First Killer will boom it downfield.
I like the idea of the pop from First Killer. If he lets it go, the ball gets away and goes to Man City possession, but the pop slows down the ball, allows LJ to get close, and now you're seeing a little bit of extended offense from Rebellion. They let this one go. How will they handle the final minute up by one?
Another free ball off of 50 that's found its way to Acro, but he couldn't get around on it. Seiko chasing, only to watch LJ flick it right by his last man.
And LJ with the flick just takes the energy out of the Parasite Defense Arena. Beautiful work there from LJ, remains calm, sees his mark, and hits his target.
2-goal advantage, 49 seconds remain for the Rebels to try and take game one and give North America their best shot at making a deep run in Paris. LJ dishing this off to the corner. Seiko looking for Edgeby. Here's Acro. Oh! Saved off the post.
That one looked like it was for certain a goal for Man City. Rebellion looking for a counter the other way. Kofor takes it, had the option to leave it for First Killer. But Kofor on top of this ball does it all himself.
I'm the son. There's only 7 spawns, so it's like doable, but it's
This
just
team is so much more deadly, and he has come
And bringing this-
unchained over the last couple of months.
Huge start for Rebellion. Everybody getting involved, scoring
okay.
here in the opening game. Meanwhile, Man City
You gotta
looking a
kill
little
these
uncomfortable.
16
They can create
fucking
space.
things.
But when it comes down to the execution, sometimes poor first touches, shots a little too high, team bumps, and more. Lots to get together though. And they got
The
some
door
time in
is
the
here
series,
that you
but
have
not
to blow
before
up.
Rebellion adds one more to the total. 5-1 as game 1 is coming to a close.
You would not have expected the way Man City handled their group. A difficult group that it was. That we would see 6 or 7 goals here, HB. But guess what? 6 in the opener. As Shopify Rebellion sends a message
Oh,
loud and
it's
clear
here. So
to
how the
their
fuck?
European foes.
Then you start
Oh,
to
okay, it's here.
look
So
at,
yeah, you just
this stage,
keep going
and
to the right.
start to really figure out the experience here. Of course, Seiko
It's
in the middle,
doable.
definitely the most
Yeah,
experienced
it's
European
doable. It's just
for Man City, but for Acro and
Ugh.
LG, this stage is unfamiliar.
I've never done terminal.
It's going to be very.
Apparently, you can spawn with other PMCs and they can just fucking kill you.
So it's Shopify Rebellion getting 2 out of First Killer, 2 out of LJ, and 1 out of Kofer as they send a message in this opening game. I mean, we've had so many fireworks from that first series.
I'm not sure.
And all the fireworks one-sided here in the encore.
It's good though to see Rebellion getting set here very early, because when you look at things, right, Kofor 6 shots that game, First Killer 5, LJ had 4 saves, but scored 2 out of 3 of his shots, and those are just so impressive numbers, and people seem to forget that sometimes when they look into the matchup here. Rebellion also First Killer is used to not being the crowd favorite. They don't mind it. If they can get this arena quiet, they're allowed to play their game and control their pace, and they're doing just that. So, as we get ready to get into game number 2 on Forbidden Temple, changes need to be made here for Man City. They dropped the 1, so 1 crack in the shield, but this can be a long series here.
Kofer still waiting forward, and in case that ball ended up trickling towards him. Acro was sure-handed enough, but gave it away at the end. First Killer got another shot on, and it's saved away. So Man City under pressure early, but they at least weather that 20-second storm. Now Seiko still unable to clear the zone. Edgeby does. Only 1 man back. The shot goes high. Followed from Seiko is going to float as well.
And you need that too for Edgeby to get him going. Look at Seiko, great pop. Kofor was so low on boost, and he jumped just a bit early. Great read there from Edgeby.
Seiko's got the assist on both goals for Man City in this series. They struck early in game 1. It didn't matter. First Killer got a quick equalizer. LJ threatening this time, but turned aside. And now the Grim Reaper will go to work again from the ceiling. And this time, Seiko sends it out to the corner.
Yeah, that's a big factor too. First Killer looks so comfortable on his bar. Meanwhile, for Man City, HB with that first goal, definitely a chance for him to get going. Shot though, and LJ ready to finish. First Killer, he can't miss.
Lethal strike. LJ running the interference. Just checked Edgeby away. Give First Killer 3 to lead all scorers. He's outscoring Manchester City by himself.
Looking for something off the kickoff here. But like you said, there's a potential for First Killer to have a series. We'll see as Man City passing in between each other. Acro on top of the ball. Edgeby maybe has a look. Edgeby, oh, he found it too! They're going shot for shot stacks.
Edgeby, anything you can do, he can do better. Acro with a good 50 to keep it in play.
Oh my god.
He could, and it wasn't enough.
He knew where it was going to. Once First Killer got into the 50, the ball just pitched away toward the center. He knew it was going to the right side, just could not get there in time. Great shot from Edgeby.
and City so far in this series have done an excellent job following up all these 50s. They've had a great read on him as Kofer was trying to clear the runway, but the defense of Man City too strong. Now Acro and I believe Seiko were both there for that. As the fake comes out from first killer, as he's going to lob it forward. First is still downfield, and now they got to scramble back.
I think that was Seiko that interrupted. A great read on the play because, again, first killer was sending it across. I think Kofer was there. Would have been fantastic. But either way, Man City trying to hold on to possession here because Rebellion have done such a good job of controlling the ball, but they are down by 1 in this game. Lots of time to go.
One more touch to get over the man back there. I think there was a downfield, and LJ just sailed the shot way into the stratosphere. Kofer will try
Damn.
now. Flip reset. Try to bring it down. Not happening as Seiko's in the way.
Seiko playing it close. And LJ, good touch. This is going to be a free ball for Acro. See, first though, he's in such an awkward spot. Kofer has to come to help. Rebellion holding on here, but they are still down. Man City just making sure, okay, can we get them into these awkward spots, buy ourselves a little bit of room in the midfield to work. But this game has ebbed and flowed. It hasn't been one team dominating.
I'm gonna go smoke and watch it on the side.
save. And another to his tally as a good pass across. Goldberg started to come back, able to turn forward. LJ's got almost a free ball off the backboard, and this goes off the post. Shopify Rebellion continue to toy around with the Man City. That's down in front of the bouncer. A seeing eye shot that dribbles through.
When Rebellion swarms Man City, it just feels like it's almost inevitable. Seiko had such a tough read because first killer was up so early. What a shot here to tie us up.
Just said let's see what's up there.
Emphatic window for Edby off the kickoff. Smart play by Koper. Letting it come off the wall, give himself a better angle. Threatened to pitch it down in front. Man City not fooled. Acro lets this one go. Seiko second touch to center, but the demo by first killer kills off the Manchester attack. Oh, but it's up! Oh! Killer just barely got the backside of the Fennec on it.
So getting a little chaotic, all of these bumps and demos. Acro, great first touch. Look, you can follow this, puts it up high. But look at LJ. Challenges before Seiko can get in front of Acro to try to run interference. It's a physical game on and off. Both teams looking for an edge.
Couple good wins by Koper to
Orbis, come back.
Just didn't have enough
I'm about to go
as we get down to the final minute. Another demo on the offensive end for Rebellion. Koper center, but LJ was way too far back for it to be of any consequence. First killer though, got the reset off the ceiling. He has another one too if he could get back around on that. But now we're firmly into the final minute dash, and yeah, the pressure is mounting. Manchester City though doing a great job keeping all their boosts intact.
They have been. Defense has been good. The shield is held off. Kofer looking for a crack. Does kind of find a little.
Why am I yawning so much every time I get on the game? Pretty quiet raid so far. Can I hit a shot? Hmm. Okay. Other one. I said just take the small dub and reset. I'm like not warmed up enough to like go on stupid adventures.
A little bit of space. Aqua a little.
No blasphemy, but meanwhile he says Jesus Christ. You know, it was basically what was it? A carpenter that was killed for his troubles.
Right. You go, yeah. Pull up the. Dude's got a red mustache. Okay. Do not worship any idols. Place your belief and trust in God.
And who's an idol to them, though?
Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we can't worship him.
Yeah.
In other words, do not blaspheme his name. Respect God and praise him. Who God are they talking about? They're not talking about the divinity of Christ.
They're going to have a little problem with number 3.
Do not murder. Bring it back up, full mass. Number 4, do not have forbidden relations. God has defined. They the ones came up with the transgenderism.
Well, that's just the rules for you, guy.
Do not rob, steal, or extort. Respect the property of others. Do not eat meat taken from a still living animal. That's crazy. Who takes meat from a living animal and eat it?
Yeah, I mean, and it says avoid cruelty. Meanwhile, I don't know if you're familiar with they have that holiday of theirs where they like have these big bonfires, and they literally have to have people like policing this because they throw a bunch of like people's cats and dogs, like their pets, in the fires.
Really?
Yeah, look it up. It's it's a part of. They have like all these things because it's happened so much. They have like all these animal rights activists that like come out and try and make sure there's no cats or dogs around because the Jews will throw them in the fire.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's crazy.
What?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Lag Baomer.
A joyous Jewish holiday celebrated on the 33rd day of the Omer, falling in April or May, marked by lighting bonfires, picnics, and festivals.
Festivities, you blind bitch.
Sorry, festivities. It celebrates the end of a plague among Talmudic scholars and honors Rabbi, what's that, Shimon Bar, no, that's Jewish shit, a major mystical figure symbolizing light and joy.
Well, did you guys ever see that holiday where they like sacrifice the chickens?
Yeah,
Yeah, you showed me that.
Over
Yeah.
the head, No, but if you look up this one though, they have like all these, like I said, animal rights activists that have to come out and they, give all these warnings about like lock your pets up or whatever, because they've had so many instances of people throwing like live pets. Yeah, there you go.
Ministry of Environmental
Make
Protection.
sure your pets are safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Make sure to protect pets and street animals on Lag Balmer.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Environmental Protection Animal Welfare Department has published guidelines for the protection of pets on the, can't see the rest, on the eve of the holiday, during which it is customary to light bonfires. The MOAB is also calling on the public to be vigilant in order to prevent animal abuse.
I thought Randy Fine liked dogs.
That's just yeah, the things Trump gets away with and the things Randy Fine gets away with, it's just like, it's unbelievable. I just want to give up. It's like, man, how can y'all chastise Muslims when y'all doing 10 times as worse as they are?
I mean, that's the thing, man. You look at what Muslims are actually doing. It's like, what are they doing? Because to me, obviously, like I said, once again, they're going to point to all the stuff that's happening in the UK and the EU, but that's when you have, we have the same thing when we let in super poor immigrants come in here through Mexico. Like, they're not fucking, Mexico's like 99% Catholic. It's not because they're Catholic, right? It's, it's because you're letting in illegals. A lot of these people have, criminal records, whatever. They have no allegiance to the country and they're poor, and, and you're not punishing them. So it's going to be fucking crazy.
They trying to label it's their religion.
Yeah, it's just not, because we're having a lot of issues with immigrants, causing crimes or whatever that have come in, and and a lot of that's coming through Mexico, and like I said, they're not Muslim.
Yeah, they're Catholic.
Yeah, so it's just
it's crazy.
And by the way, like more than half of Africa is Christian.
Yeah.
So it's like, and there's tons of crime there, but it's a poverty thing. It's once again, it's like third world countries, you're gonna have fucking problems.
Right. So I heard you won anti-Semitic Person of the Year, something like that. Anti-Semite of the Year.
No, even better. So the
even better.
The Israeli government issued a top 10 like most anti-Semitic celebrities or whatever, and I was number one. I think running for Congress has scared them.
Yeah, that's a government actually interfering. Well, in our relations here in the United States.
It's, but they've had like these Hasbro campaigns or whatever. They pay influencers. They definitely, they admit to trying to like control, thought about Israel, thought about Jews. That's one of the things the ADL looks into all the time is like, how many people hold anti-Semitic views? How can we stop them? How can we control the narrative? It's like, dude, no other group of people tries to do that.
Right. Yeah.
People don't just like start hating random groups of people, and so they're paranoid.
Greta Thunberg was number 2.
Yeah.
Candace number 4.
Yeah.
Nick Fuentes is number 8.
Yeah, he's down on the list. He hasn't been talking about the Jewish problem in any of his big interviews, so I think
that is Israeli government. That's wild. That's why that term has lost all sting to it, because nobody believes it anymore.
Well, and it's just so overused. Any criticism of Israel's anti-Semitism, it's just so nonsensical.
Anti-Semite is somebody that calls for the discrimination and destruction of Jewish people.
Well, that's what they made it.
Yeah.
But by definition, most of the Jews in Israel are not Semites.
Right.
So a Semite is somebody that, it's an Arab, it's somebody that's indigenous to that region, that they speak Aramaic, Hebrew, or
Patrick Bet David, he's Semitic, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I don't get how they can. Iran, all those people are Semitic.
100%. Yeah, Lebanon, all of them. Yeah.
And I heard they have a Jewish population there in Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a Christian population. Yeah.
But how stupid do you got to really be to think Iran wants to create nuclear capabilities to use it against the United States and Israel? That's just
well, they don't have intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Right.
They've never had
and
that.
Even if they did, why would they nuke us?
Well, they can't reach the United States.
Yeah.
So not only do they not have a nuke, they don't have the capability to even send a rocket or a missile over to the U.S. to even hit us.
Yeah.
But now they're going to get them. And part of that 10-point deal was that they don't have to have nuclear inspections anymore. We have to pay them reparations. Yeah. They're allowed to enrich uranium.
You know what's crazy? A lot of these people, these sycophants on the right, they don't understand or realize that we're going to pay for all that damage they did.
Yeah.
Every penny. The school,
upside.
everything.
They're gonna figure it out pretty fucking soon when they go to the gas pump and it's fucking $7, $8, $9. And everything is more expensive. I mean, Trump's answer to the closure of Strait of Hormuz was, oh well, if you won't open it, then we'll close it. It's like China was like day one, like fuck you, we're just gonna go through.
Right. Yeah.
And they did. And then and then the second day we tried to like turn some of their ships around or whatever, and so they're like, okay, well we're gonna we're gonna close the sea by us, that's gonna really fuck you. And so I don't know, man, it's gonna be a disaster, like an absolute disaster, and the GCC is fucked. They're gonna bring us down. I mean, because a big part of the reason why the U.S. dollar was so strong is because everybody had to trade their oil in the U.S. dollar. And they're single-handedly going to change that. So,
Trump pretty basically fucked everything up.
100%. He fucked us so bad. And also a big part of what he did was he removed a ton of our credibility.
Right.
Because a big source of our strength was our ability to threaten people and them think we're going to do it. If I tell you, if I'm a big bully and I tell you, hey, I'm going to fucking beat your ass, you don't give me your lunch money, and you give me the lunch money, and then you start seeing other people not giving me the lunch money, and I get into a fight with one of these kids, and I'm not quite as tough as you thought I was. It's just like, and that's kind of what you're seeing here is the threat and everybody else complying and recognizing the U.S. was a superpower they didn't want to fuck with was kind of the sentiment up until now. And now Iran is challenging that, and we are making empty threats. We said 2 days we're going to destroy your your power facilities. They said, fuck you. We said, okay, 5 days we're going to do it then. They said, fuck you. Said, okay, 10 days. Said, fuck you. So now it's like, okay, well, we're going to do it. We're going to fucking nuke you tomorrow. Iran's like, okay, fuck you. And then, Trump had to call up and get Pakistan over there to say, okay, well, Pakistan's going to negotiate this. It's like every time they're just calling his bluff because they know he can't do anything.
And he keeps saying they want to make a deal. They want to make a deal.
It's total bullshit.
Down the Strait of Hormuz.
He's the one that wants to make the deal. He asked for a 48-hour ceasefire, and they said, go fuck yourself.
Right.
And then the moment we do sign a deal, agree to all their terms, Israel can't wait 2 hours. They break the fucking ceasefire by attacking Lebanon.
Right.
It's honestly, when you understand what's going on, it's comical and it's indefensible.
Our problems is our relationship with Israel. That's the problem.
That is the complete crux of the issue. Yes.
Yeah.
It is. It's not our support of them. It is their control of us.
Oh, that was a great point. That's a great point. We can support them, but they just run all over us.
They tell us what they're going to do, and we accept it. And that's not a relationship where we are giving them aid. This is a one-sided relationship where they clearly have some kind of nefarious control over Trump, whether
Blackmail.
it's blackmail. Obviously, it's got to be blackmail.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, he's taking money. So he's blackmailed
Hundreds
and
of millions
bribed.
of dollars. 200 billion, right? Something like that.
Well, I mean, that's on record, right? Like how much other money? I mean, how much money did he make in that crypto rug pull? I mean, how much money has his family been allowed to make?
Billions.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of insider trading going on. It's like these people are shorting the market like 5 seconds before he tweets something or puts something on Truth Social. That's an inside job.
That's my point. So how many different ways is he making money because he's kind of like, playing by the rules, doing what they're going to do? And that's the definition of selling out. Right? It's like, sacrificing what you should be doing for personal gain. That is by definition selling out, and that is
while American soldiers are dying. Yeah.
While we're dying, while we're paying for this, while our economy's it's hard to say because I've heard conflicting things. I've heard, he had a bunch of convictions that he was worried about, that, he was actually, had some debt. It's hard to say, because these balance sheets can sway so much based on, how a company's doing or whatever. But the bottom line is he had enough money to not be selling us out. Right? Like he
had plenty.
Yeah, exactly. He had plenty. Whether he had $5 billion, whether he had $1 billion, whatever the fuck he had.
$5 billion.
If somebody's dead broke and their family can't eat, that's one scenario. He wasn't in that scenario.
Right.
So that's the only scenario that you could say there could be some justification for a guy, doing what he doesn't believe is right. It's like Benny Binion. He said people are honest as long as they can afford to be. Well, he was rich enough to afford to be honest.
right.
You know?
He chose not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all these people that get so loyal to Trump. It's like loyalty is a two-way street. He has not been loyal to us.
100%.
He's betrayed everyone. Yeah. But I see all these people still loyal to him, and I don't get it.
Don't get it. It's a cult. It's the only explanation. It's a cult.
Yeah.
Because it's not logic, you know, and he's not treating them well. He's not doing anything for them. He doesn't give a shit about them. This is like a one-sided, this is like a U.S.-Israel relationship. His fan base to him is what we are to Israel.
Right.
They're his bitch.
Oh, you just need a sign
and we are
good.
Israel's bitch. And the shit is rolling downhill.
Trickle down bitching.
Yeah, that's what you call trickle down economics.
From one bitch to the next, the shit just rolls, you know?
Right.
And somehow at the end of it, Israel ends up with all of our fucking money and troops.
Yeah, spent over $17 trillion on that country. 17 trillion.
Yeah, I mean, maybe even more now. I mean, if you calculate in all the foreign aid that we've given them, do the compounding interest for all that, you look at how much we spent on, you know, the Iraq war. You factor all that in, and it's close to $20 trillion, depending on, you know, whether you go with the Brown University assessment or, I mean, some of them are, you know, much higher. But the conservative number would be, you know, at least $18 trillion, which is, you know, like pretty much half our national debt just for our support of Israel.
They're pushing illegal immigration on us. I know. Look at the billions that costs us every year.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Israel has to maintain a 70% minimum Jewish state. You know, but hey, everywhere else, melting pot, right?
And meanwhile, they bomb all the countries, and then the immigrants come into all of our countries.
Yeah, no, we have to take in that product of that bomb. Yeah, that 20 trillion is probably more than that. Yeah. Hey, what's your first order of business if you elected to Congress?
I've got a lot. The first thing I want to do is pass some laws where committing treason is actually punished. So if you put a foreign nation before America, that should be treated. I mean, by definition, if you're in office, if you have the allegiance to the U.S. and you are putting a foreign nation before the U.S.'s interest, that is treason.
Right.
And people should be fucking hung for that.
Right.
And I also think that there should be serious repercussions for promising to do certain things and then coming into office and then doing the opposite.
Right.
You know, and I don't think there's any accountability right now. I think there's a lot of problems. I mean, I would want to completely dismantle the IRS. I want to dismantle the Federal Reserve. I think the ATF is a completely worthless agency. Like, our government is just too big, and we're wasting a ton of money. It's not efficient in any way, shape, or form, and it's not functioning for the people. It's not functioning for the benefit of the people. And I don't think people in America understand how good life would be if their government actually gave a fuck about them and the people in government were doing what's best for Americans instead of what's best for them and their donors in Israel. I don't think Americans have any fucking clue, because it's been corrupt for so long that they don't even have the slightest semblance of an idea of how good America would be if the government actually functioned for the people.
Right, because we have the money. We have the capital.
Yeah, we're like supposed to be the greatest country in the world. You know what I mean? We've got tons of resources. Everybody uses our dollar. We can print as many dollars as we want. Like, you know, we are the beacons of everything. Technology, you know, military. I mean, nobody can fuck with us militarily. You know, I mean, nobody's ever attacked us. I mean, it's just one. I mean, I guess other than Pearl Harbor, which we knew about and allowed to happen. But if you look at what we have going for us and how we're just squandering it. And what we're squandering it for. You know, like, I get it if somebody attacked us and we're like, you know what, fuck you, we're going to burn the boats, we're going to have our vengeance, whatever. That's not the case here. That's not what's going on with Iran. Like, if somebody attacked us, like I said, somebody's really fucking with us, even if they were bigger than us, you know, because to me, if I was running Iran and they killed my dad, they killed my family, I'd burn it to the fucking ground. We'd be going all the way.
Right. Yeah.
And that's and these are also religious zealots. These are Shia Muslims. Okay. They're Shia and they're Sunni. Shia believe in, you know, jihad, and they believe that if they die fighting, that they are going to the highest level of heaven. They are the fucking true believers. So what did you do? You killed their fucking supreme leader, their most highest virtuous leader. They're the leader of their, basically, like, you know, the equivalent of our Pope, but even stronger.
Right.
That's who you killed. And what do you think the effects of that are going to be? Like, if these people die fighting for that in their mind is their greatest heaven. And, you know, God willing, it's like, I mean, that's a noble cause.
Right.
Somebody killed the Pope, you know, and you're an extreme Catholic and you go die avenging his death. I'd say you're doing the right thing.
Right.
You know, and so we've put them in a position where, you know, they have all the moral justification. You know, they're defending their country. They don't have a choice. If we attack them, they didn't choose this war.
Right.
You know, they've got the strategic advantage. they're making drones at, you know, $20,000-$30,000 a drone. We're paying in millions of dollars for missiles to shoot them down.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be able to last there. They have, you know, they have the high ground. They've got mountainous terrain. Like boots on the ground isn't going to work over there. They'll fucking chew us up. We know that. You know, and they're spread out. You know, each different you know, city and division of their military is functioning, you know, by itself. Like, and so they can outlast us. And the GCC, you know, I mean, if we fuck up their water supply, the GCC is way worse off.
Right.
Like those guys, if we blow up their desalinization plants, they're fucked.
Yeah.
It never rains over there. They're in the desert.
Right.
You know, and the Strait of Hormuz, you know, remains closed. All their money they make from oil.
Right.
You know, and that's what's propping up the U.S. dollar. So like the whole thing crumbles. I don't think people understand like the domino effect that this is going to have. And it's like, it's not that bad now, but like, give it some time. It's going to get worse.
Yeah. Operation Epic Fury could ruin the dollar.
Oh yeah. I mean, Epstein Fury has been a disaster. And that's the big thing of this too, is like, you know, how much of this is a distraction from the fact that like Trump is in the Epstein files more than like anybody else. You know, he's have all these horrific accusations in there, you know, tons of you know, FBI documented witness testimony saying that he did horrific shit. And we've had no arrests, you know, and I think people are just getting fucking pretty tired of this shit. You know, it's like not even performative arrests. We've got nothing.
Right? Yeah. Everything he promises was a lie.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things, you know, him and his son kept saying is like, release the files, release the files. And I guess somewhere in there he figured out, hey, I'm all over these motherfuckers, you know. These files aren't so good for me. And then all of a sudden now it's a hoax.
Right,
you
right.
know,
It's fake news. Fake news. Yeah, well, you've got a lot of support since you announced. But do you think people are actually ready for America First? Because that's what MAGA was supposed to be.
Absolutely. People are absolutely ready for it. The question is going to be, is the voting demographic ready? Because the youth is ready. The youth knows what the fuck's going on. They realize we got the wool pulled over our eyes. They understand the situation thoroughly. In fact, much more thoroughly than I ever understood when I was their age, because the access to information is out there and the ability to curate information in such a way that in 15 seconds you get like so much, right? Because, you know, if you're just reading a textbook, right, you've got the text and, you know, it's black and white and it's kind of boring, right? But when you throw in pictures and graphs and you've got audio and you can explain things, you know, and people are getting to be really good at packaging a ton of information into a very small package, and attention spans are very short. So they just give you so much information in such a concise and compelling way that now all of a sudden it's like people get it, right? It's like the curtain's been lifted. And now once you see it, you can't unsee it. And now all of these other things become so clear because you understand what's going on. Like when you didn't understand what's going on, like, you know, to me, like 3-4 years ago, like the idea that like the Jews were behind all this, you know, it's like, yeah, right. Come on. I didn't even consider it.
Right.
Like it's a possibility. I'm telling you, I sat down with Trump and we were fucking having a chat. I'm like, what's going on? Like our country's being divided from within. Is it the Russians, the Chinese? Like what's going, you know, I don't get it. It feels like we've never been more racist. We've never been more divided. It's never been more left against the right. Like, you know, but it's coming from within. Like what's going on? Like,
yeah, it's crazy, man, because I came across Nick Fuentes, you, and other influencers. And then all of a sudden I started getting, because I saw your video or Nick Fuentes' video, I started getting recommended like crazy shit out of the blue. I was up one night, couldn't go to sleep. So I said, I'm going to go listen to some YouTube videos and go to sleep. And then there's a video.
Yeah.
Transcribed in English. I said, oh, this should be interesting. So I started listening to it. And I'm like waiting for this dude to drop an N-bomb. Or I just thought this guy was an evil, racist guy. And I heard it, and I was like, wow, what an amazing speaker. And I didn't hear not 1 ounce of hating him.
Yeah.
It was like eye-opening. Then a couple of days went by, and I'm on TikTok, and I get recommended this Jewish lady who was a Palestinian. She said her passport wasn't Israel. It said Palestinia. And I was like, Palestine. It said Palestine, yeah. And I was like, oh, they told me Palestine never existed.
Yeah.
And I started putting 2 and 2 together, and I started taking in information. I was like, man, all that stuff is a lie.
Yeah, it was
an
an
old black and white video that we saw. It was a woman who lived in Palestine. Yeah, Jews, Arabs, everybody lived there in that area. That's Israel today, and their passport was Palestine.
Yeah.
Then I came across a Jimmy Carter video. We said that's been a genocide for decades.
You see, a lot of people were talking about it.
Mhm.
Like Michael Jackson was talking about it.
Yeah, then he died.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I guess Princess Diana.
Oh, she was talking about it too.
Wow. Yeah, I think she was going to marry a Muslim guy.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's nuts. Didn't she get decapitated in that accident?
it was I don't know. But there was a lot of claims of foul play, whatever. I guess it was some car accident. They said.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the same thing that happened with Ellen DeGeneres' ex-girlfriend or whatever. It was like this high-speed chase, and I guess she was like burning a thing, and then she jumped out of the body bag after they told her she was unconscious. You didn't see that video? Yeah, the video's gnarly. You could probably pull that one up. Then I got to run after that,
okay.
but let's pull that one up. It's pretty crazy.
Her condition is far worse than originally believed. Oh my gosh. According to her spokesperson, she's in critical condition and on a ventilator.
Dude.
Her burns will require surgical intervention.
That's what I'm saying.
Is
Look into that
worse
one.
than originally believed.
That's a
oh my
rabbit hole
gosh.
in and of itself.
According to her spokesperson, she's in critical
That's a body
condition
bag.
and on a ventilator.
Dude,
Her
she's trying to escape.
According
Yeah,
to her
it's a
spokesperson,
crazy thing.
she's in
I'm saying, look it up. And she was on no drugs. She wasn't drunk. Like, she was like fucking flying through the neighborhood. Crazy speed. She's like clearly trying to get away from somebody.
Right.
And this was like right before I guess she had.
She doesn't look like she's in critical condition to me.
No, they said she was in a coma, and then she fucking pops out of the body bag like that. Yeah.
Fucking zombie.
Yeah, it was pretty
So
crazy.
she's gone.
She's dead.
Yeah, she died, and crazy stuff.
But she's
Anyway.
like trying to get out of there. Are those real firemen? Yeah.
That's the
This
next
is for the
question,
news.
right?
Because the
Yeah.
fireman's like, shut up, bitch. You can just push it in there.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Anyways, I gotta.
All right, bro.
I'm gonna
Hey,
be late for
thanks
the
for
thing.
coming,
but-
bro.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Hey,
Dan, where can people
good
follow
chatting.
your campaign?
Yeah.
Shit. I think it's BillZarianForCongress.com, I believe.
Yeah, I got
Let
it.
me look up.
BillZarianForCongress.com.
There it is.
Yeah,
That
put
was that
that up.
mug
Because
shot.
Yeah, we need to.
That's America First written all over that.
We need to definitely generate some money to get people to knock on doors. The thing is, like 70% of the people that vote for the primary are over 55. So the problem is they're not getting this message. They're glued to Fox News. So we got to like show up there and actually educate them. They grew up with the whole like
Boomers.
Israel's our greatest ally. You
Right.
know, like that
Yeah.
whole thing. So
Yeah, brainwashed them. Yeah, they totally brainwashed.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks,
All right,
man.
bro.
Yeah, good chat. Always good.
Oh, shit. Take a quick picture, go. Yeah. So you can run out of there.
Dan Bilzerian joins me now. You know, Dan, first I just want to give you a platform here. If there's anything you want to say in response to that clip, because obviously they tried to clip that out to make you look bad. They didn't get you a clip of the policy arguments. They didn't get you a clip on the issue with dual loyalty. They go with a clip like that, which is viral, but I think it made you look good, quite frankly. I think you come out looking good in that, not them. But is there anything in the aftermath of that you're like, hold on a second, I need to clarify some of the things that were said and some of the things that weren't said?
Not really. I mean, I thought it was kind of a ridiculous interview. I will say, though, they did go twice as hard on Randy after I think they saw like 97% of their comments across 5 platforms were all in support of me. So I don't know if that was because they wanted me back on there or because they knew that their audience was, on my side, but they definitely roasted him pretty good.
Isn't it funny, though? Oh, wow, I didn't realize Randy Fine was an Islamophobe. I didn't realize Randy Fine was a bigot. Doesn't that prove the double standard? Because